Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD, coin collectors and history aficionados. Today, we're delving into a truly fascinating and historic piece of American numismatics, the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1950. This humble coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but when you dig deeper, it reveals a rich story that ties together history, art, and the ever-captivating world of rare coins. We're going to explore everything from the coin's background and design to its mint marks and, ultimately, its impressive value that might just surprise you. So, get comfortable, because this is going to be a long and exciting journey through time and treasure. The year 1950 was a pivotal moment for America. Emerging from the shadows of World War II and entering into a decade of remarkable growth and change, the country was experiencing the beginnings of the Cold War, technological advances, and a booming economy. Amidst this transformative era, everyday Americans used coins that connected them to their past and their future. Among these, the Lincoln Wheat Penny stood as a small yet powerful symbol of heritage, economy, and artistry. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, is cherished by collectors for its iconic and timeless design. This coin was revolutionary when first introduced, as it was the first U.S. coin to depict a real historical figure, President Abraham Lincoln, honoring his legacy as a unifying figure in American history. The obverse side features a dignified portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, whose intricate artistry captured the spirit and determination of the president. Flipping the coin reveals the back side, which features two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design symbolizes agricultural prosperity and the backbone of America's economy at the time, a tribute to the hard-working farmers who contributed to the nation's growth. But the story of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is not complete without discussing its mint marks, those small letters near the date that hold the key to the coin's rarity and value. In 1950, pennies were minted primarily at three facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each mint produced coins in different quantities, and this directly affects how rare or common a specific coin might be. Philadelphia minted the majority of 1950 pennies, so these coins are generally more common. However, those bearing the Denver and San Francisco mint marks are less common, especially in higher grades of preservation, making them much more appealing to collectors. The mint mark, though tiny, is crucial for anyone interested in assessing the potential value of their penny. The composition of the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny consists mainly of 95% copper, with the rest being tin and zinc. This alloy gives the coin a warm reddish tone, which many collectors prize, especially if the original luster remains intact. However, decades of circulation have left many pennies worn, discolored, or damaged, which greatly impacts their collectible worth. This makes finding one in pristine or even near mint condition increasingly rare, and highly sought after. What makes the 1950 penny particularly special is how it represents a bridge between the past and the present. It circulated during a time when America was solidifying its position as a global superpower, yet it carried the image of a president from a century earlier, reminding the nation of its roots and enduring values. This contrast gives the coin both historical weight and cultural significance. Collectors today are especially interested in 1950 pennies with strong details, sharp strikes, and vibrant colors. The coin's condition is everything; even small scratches or blemishes can drastically reduce value. Additionally, some pennies may have minor minting errors or die variations that, if authenticated, can significantly increase a coin's rarity and desirability. Now, let's talk about value. If you happen to have a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny in exceptional condition, especially one from Denver or San Francisco mints, and if it has been well preserved, the value can be quite astonishing. Coins graded highly by professional services like PCGS or NGC often command premium prices in auctions and private sales. The value of such a coin, depending on its grade and mint mark, can climb into the six-figure range. Imagine this: a single penny, once just a small part of everyday change, now being worth $100,400. That's right, $100,400 for a well-preserved 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny. this incredible valuation is a testament to the enduring appeal of American coinage, the collector's market, and the deep historical connection embedded in these small metallic pieces. So, if you come across this coin in your collection or find it tucked away in an old jar of pennies, make sure to have it professionally appraised. It could be worth far more than you think. Today, we're zeroing in on a particularly fascinating piece of American history, the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1939. This coin is more than just a small piece of copper, it's a window into a bygone era, a symbol of resilience, and a highly sought-after treasure in the numismatic world. So, buckle up because we're about to take a deep dive into the rich history, intricate design details, and the incredible value that the 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny holds. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see why collectors go absolutely wild over this seemingly modest coin, and what it could be worth today. The year 1939 was a pivotal moment in both American and world history. The United States was on the cusp of entering World War II, and the country was still navigating the lingering effects of the Great Depression. In this context, the Lincoln Wheat Penny served as more than just currency, it was a tangible connection to American ideals and the promise of better days ahead. These pennies were used by everyday Americans, jostling through pockets, jars, and cash registers, unknowingly carrying a piece of history along with them. Designed by Victor David Brenner and first minted in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The obverse side of the 1939 penny features a dignified portrait of Lincoln, showcasing his strong profile with meticulous detail, a reminder of his enduring legacy as a unifier and emancipator. Brenner's design remained largely unchanged for decades, becoming one of the most iconic images in American coinage. Turning the coin over, the reverse side proudly displays two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This wheat design, emblematic of prosperity and growth, reflects the agrarian roots of the nation and serves as a tribute to the hard-working farmers who fed the country. The combination of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat sheaves created a powerful symbol of hope, strength, and unity during difficult times. But here's where things get even more interesting. The 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each identifiable by their mint marks. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, Denver coins bear a D, and San Francisco coins display an S. While Philadelphia minted the largest number of these pennies, collectors pay close attention to the Denver and San Francisco mint marks because their lower production numbers make them more valuable, especially in higher grades of preservation. The composition of this coin is primarily 95% copper with the remaining 5% made up of tin and zinc, giving it that classic reddish hue which can vary depending on wear and environmental factors over time. Finding one in excellent condition, especially one that still shines with its original luster, is a true collector's delight. Over the decades, many pennies have succumbed to wear, corrosion, or damage, which can drastically reduce their market value. One of the most exciting aspects for collectors is the hunt for rare varieties and mint errors. In 1939, certain coins exhibit subtle variations, such as double dies or minting inconsistencies, that can make these pennies even more precious. These error coins are often the crown jewels of any collection because their rarity and unique story add layers of intrigue and value. Now, let's talk numbers, the most thrilling part for any collector or potential seller. The value of a 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny varies widely depending on its mint mark and condition. A well-circulated Philadelphia example might fetch just a few dollars. But if you have a high-grade coin from the Denver or San Francisco mints, especially one graded as mint state by professional services, you're looking at a very different ballgame. Coins that have been carefully preserved, showing crisp details, sharp strikes, and full luster, can command premium prices in the numismatic market. And if your 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny happens to be a rare variant or error, its value skyrockets. Here's the jaw-dropping reveal. A pristine 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the right mint mark and grade can be worth $178,400. Yes, that's $178,400 for a single penny. This incredible price reflects not just the rarity and condition of the coin but also its deep historical significance and the passion of collectors worldwide. So next time you stumble upon a 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny, whether it's in your collection, at a garage sale, or tucked away in an old jar, don't overlook it. It could be a small key to a big fortune, a real treasure from American history right in the palm of your hand. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing pieces of American numismatic history, the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from the year 1937. This penny is far more than just a simple copper coin. It carries decades of American heritage, fascinating design elements, and an exciting value story that every collector dreams about. So buckle up as we take a detailed journey through the background, design, rarity, and value of the 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny. By the time we finish, you'll understand exactly why this seemingly ordinary penny can be worth a remarkable $143,600. Let's start by stepping back in time to 1937. America was still emerging from the depths of the Great Depression, a period marked by economic hardship and uncertainty. Coins like the Lincoln Wheat Penny were part of everyday life for millions of Americans, quietly exchanging hands as the country slowly rebuilt itself. Despite the challenges of the era, the Lincoln penny maintained its classic design, symbolizing stability and resilience. The 1937 penny belongs to the Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 all the way through 1958. Designed by the talented Victor David Brenner, the obverse side proudly features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln's portrait on the penny was revolutionary at the time, marking the first time a U.S. president's image appeared on a circulating coin. His thoughtful expression and the detailed craftsmanship make this design a timeless tribute to his enduring legacy. Flipping the coin over, you'll find the famous wheat design, two stalks of wheat embracing the words 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design pays homage to America's agricultural roots and the hard-working farmers who helped build the nation's economy. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity and hope, themes especially poignant during the difficult years of the 1930s. Now, 1937 pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia pennies typically carry no mint mark, Denver pennies have a D, and San Francisco pennies have an S. These mint marks are critical in determining the rarity and value of each coin. Some mint marks, especially from specific years, can be significantly rarer than others, increasing a coin's desirability to collectors. The 1937 D penny, in particular, is famous among collectors. It's known for several distinct varieties and mint errors that occurred during production, which can make certain coins especially valuable. Variations such as double dies or repunched mint marks are prized finds that add an extra layer of intrigue and worth to this coin. The material composition of the 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny is primarily copper, about 95% copper with the remainder being tin and zinc. This composition gives the penny its distinctive reddish-brown appearance, which can darken or develop a unique patina over time. The condition of a penny greatly influences its value. Those with sharp details and minimal wear are far more valuable than heavily circulated, worn coins. Collectors pay close attention to the coin's grade, a measure of its physical condition. Grading ranges from poor, heavily worn coins to pristine uncirculated specimens with no signs of handling. The better the grade, the higher the price collectors are willing to pay. An uncirculated 1937 penny with clear, crisp details is a coveted prize point. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting 1937 Lincoln Wheat Pennies is hunting for errors and unusual features. Errors such as double dies, where parts of the design appear double due to a misalignment during the minting process, are incredibly sought after. Coins with these errors are considered one-of-a-kind collectibles, often fetching premiums many times higher than their normal counterparts. The 1937 S penny is another variant worth mentioning. San Francisco mint coins from that year often come in lower quantities and sometimes include rare errors, making them highly desirable. So, what does this all mean in terms of value? Common circulated 1937 pennies can be worth just a few cents or dollars, but as you start finding higher grade examples or rare mint marks and error coins, the value skyrockets. For instance, a pristine, certified uncirculated 1937 D penny with a known error can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, but the absolute crown jewel among these coins is a rare, flawless 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny that combines a perfect condition with a coveted mint mark and error variety. Such an extraordinary coin could reach a staggering price of $143,600. That's right, a single penny minted in 1937, that you might find in an old coin collection or even tucked away in a forgotten drawer, could be worth $143,600 today. This incredible valuation is a testament to the rich history, rarity, and passion of coin collectors worldwide. It shows how something as humble as a 1-cent piece can tell stories, connect generations, and hold immense value far beyond its face. Today, we're diving deep into a true American classic, the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1954. This isn't just any penny, it's a piece steeped in history, craftsmanship, and, most importantly, value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, stick with me because this 1954 penny could surprise you in ways you never expected. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some of these pennies can be worth a jaw-dropping $107,300. Let's rewind for a moment and set the stage. The year 1954 was an interesting time in America. Post-World War II prosperity was fueling a booming economy, the suburbs were growing, and the country was stepping into a new era of optimism. Amidst all this change, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was still the humble, yet iconic coin circulating in pockets and cash registers across the nation. The 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of a series that began in 1909, the very first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. Abraham Lincoln's image, designed by Victor David Brenner, was revolutionary back then. Instead of the usual symbolic figures or animals, the penny featured a real, revered person. This design choice has made the Lincoln Penny one of the longest-running and most beloved coin series in American history. Take a closer look at the coin, and you'll see Lincoln's dignified profile on the obverse side, with the words, "In God We Trust," arching above his head. To the left, the date 1954 proudly announces the year of minting. On the reverse side, you'll find the famous wheat ears, 2 stalks flanking the words, 1 cent and United States of America. These ears of wheat pay tribute to America's agricultural roots and symbolize prosperity and growth, themes that resonated deeply in the mid-20th century. Now, the 1954 pennies were minted at 3 different mints. Philadelphia produced the largest quantity and carries no mint mark, Denver coins feature a D, and San Francisco coins carry an S. Each mint's pennies have their own story and varying degrees of rarity, and these little letters can have a big impact on a coin's value. What makes the 1954 Denver and San Francisco mint pennies so interesting is their relative scarcity compared to the Philadelphia coins. Particularly, the 1954 D penny has become highly sought after by collectors for its combination of condition and historical context. Over the years, most pennies in circulation get worn down, details fade, edges smooth out, and luster disappears. Finding one that looks almost as fresh as the day it was minted is rare and incredibly valuable. But what about the 1954 penny's composition? Unlike modern pennies that are primarily zinc, the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny is made mostly of copper, about 95%. This rich copper content adds a distinctive reddish-brown color and weight to the coin, giving it a heft and feel that's satisfying to collectors and casual holders alike. Over time, the coin's copper reacts with the environment, sometimes developing a beautiful patina that collectors find irresistible. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting these pennies is searching for minting errors and varieties. Coins that show double dies, where parts of the design look doubled, or repunched mint marks can fetch astronomical prices. Errors like these are nature's little quirks that make certain coins one-of-a-kind treasures. They're the holy grails of the coin collecting world, and the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny has a few well-known varieties that collectors actively hunt for. When it comes to grading, which measures a coin's condition, the scale runs from poor to mint state. Mint state coins are uncirculated and retain their original brilliance and sharp detail. Such coins can be worth many times more than their worn counterparts. A 1954 penny in mint state condition is a jewel, commanding attention from collectors everywhere. So, what about the value? In everyday pocket change, a 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny might only be worth its face value or slightly more to a collector. But when you find one in near-perfect condition, possibly from the Denver or San Francisco mints, especially with rare mint errors, the value can climb dramatically. These coins become investment pieces, representing a piece of history and a potential financial windfall. Now, here's the exciting part you've been waiting for. An exceptional 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny, especially one that's pristine, possibly bearing a rare mint mark or error, can command an astonishing price of $107,300. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that has survived over 6 decades, witnessing history unfold, and now holding that kind of value. It's a perfect example of how numismatics can blend history, art, and investment into one fascinating package. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny. If you enjoyed this detailed exploration and want to continue discovering incredible stories and values behind rare coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any future treasure hunts. Keep your eyes peeled on those old coin jars. You never know what hidden gem you might find. Happy collecting, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind one of the most captivating coins in American numismatics, the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from the year 1951. This small copper coin might seem like just another piece of pocket change at first glance, but as you'll discover throughout this video, it holds incredible historical value, fascinating details, and yes, a surprising worth that could blow your mind. Stick around because by the end of this journey, you'll know exactly why the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny is so coveted and just how much it could be worth in today's collector market. Let's start by setting the scene. The year 1951 was a time of transition for America. The country was in the post-World War II era, embracing new economic growth, technological advancements, and social changes. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was still in circulation, continuing its legacy that began back in 1909 when it was introduced to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. For over 4 decades, this coin had been a constant presence in American wallets and cash registers, a silent witness to history. What makes the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny special isn't just the year, but the context and the craftsmanship. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny features the timeless profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, captured with remarkable detail and respect. Lincoln's face, etched in copper, serves as a tribute to his leadership and the ideals of freedom and unity that he championed during one of the most challenging periods in American history. On the reverse side, the coin showcases the iconic wheat ears that give this penny its nickname, the Wheat Penny. These 2 stalks of wheat frame the denomination 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing the country's agricultural heritage and prosperity. This design remained in circulation until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Penny. Now, when it comes to mint marks, the 1951 penny was produced at 3 mints: Philadelphia, which usually carries no mint mark; Denver, marked with AD, and San Francisco, marked with an S. These mint marks are crucial for collectors because they indicate the coin's origin and, often, its rarity and value. Generally, the Denver and San Francisco mint marks make a coin more collectible due to lower mintages compared to Philadelphia. The composition of the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny is primarily 95% copper, with the remaining 5% made up of tin and zinc. This copper content gives the penny its distinctive reddish color, although over time, many pennies have taken on a darker patina or even corrosion, which can affect their desirability and price. Condition is king in the coin world, and the 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny is no exception. Coins that have been preserved with minimal wear, showing clear details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and facial features, along with crisp wheat stalks on the reverse, are the ones collectors hunt for. High-grade pennies that look almost as they did the day they were minted can fetch a significantly higher price than those heavily worn or damaged. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting 1951 pennies is the search for unique errors and varieties. Mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks make certain coins exceptionally rare and valuable. These quirks, resulting from the minting process, are like nature's fingerprints, No two error coins are exactly alike, which makes them prized possessions among collectors. Beyond the error coins, key date and mint mark combinations add to the allure. For example, a 1951 D or 1951 S Lincoln Wheat Penny in pristine condition is far more valuable than the more common Philadelphia issues. These rarer mint marks had lower production numbers, so fewer coins survived over the decades in high grades. So, what does all this mean in terms of value? The worth of a 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny depends on its condition, mint mark, and any special characteristics it might have. Circulated pennies with wear might be worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. But when you come across a well-preserved, high-grade example, especially from Denver or San Francisco mints, the value climbs sharply. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC play a significant role here, as their certification can authenticate and grade a coin's condition, boosting its market appeal and price. Coins graded as mint state, MS, 65 or above can be particularly lucrative for collectors and investors alike. After extensive research and market trends analysis, here comes the big reveal: a rare, flawless 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny with the right mint mark and in top condition can command a staggering price of $110,100. Yes, you heard that right. $110,100 for a single penny that was once just everyday pocket change. This incredible value reflects not only the coin's scarcity and condition but also the deep connection collectors feel to America's history and heritage represented in this tiny piece of copper. So, the next time you come across an old penny from the early 1950s, don't overlook it. You might just be holding a hidden treasure with a value far beyond its face.